And of course we cannot leave the hand just like this, the arm, and we will continue working on it. We are on the same subtool now, the subtool of this thing, and it doesn't look super nice because of those polygons here, so I will zero mesh it one more time to see what's happening. And still it's not exactly the best because we need more polygons in this area here, so we will be able to make this kind of groove. It's not a groove, but whatever, we have to make it, so it will be good to have polygons there. Because if we have less polygons there now, while we need more, after we subdivide, in some places we'll have to subdivide it. In a level that in some places it will be too much geometry unneeded, and in some places it will be not enough. But that are concerns, you know, when you are a beginner in ZBrush, that is not a big concern yet. That are more advanced concerns, if we can say so. So now let's make thickness of those parts. Z-modeler, go to a poly, extrude all polygons. So we will extrude now. Let's try that. Extrude inward, and it's gone. And we have to flip to see it. Okay, we flipped and it's there. It's cool. And now we will extrude also this one. Extrude inward a lot, and then flip and see it. So I extruded kind of a lot, more than I need, because it will be better to have it more than we need than to have it not enough extruded. Yes. So everything looks pretty awesome now, but I want to do one more thing. Let's move this a little bit upward like this. I want to go inside and make this inside polygroup go over the outside polygroup, so we have this kind of in between, the thickness visible from here, for example. How do we do that? And if you don't understand what we want to do, just watch. So now we can control click with first. If we want to select one polygroup and mask everything else, we have to go to our pivot, and now we are on pivot mode, although we don't see the pivot. But if we control click on this, our pivot is coming there, and also only this polygroup became unmasked. Everything else is masked. And then with the move brush, we go and move this upwards. And that's what I want to do. Move this upward so it's more visible from a lot of places. This will give us a little bit more readability, I think, of this part. But that's just my opinion. We'll see how it goes. But this was a good time to show you how to use the pivot, not the pivot, but the 3D gizmo. This is the 3D gizmo. How to use it to just select different polygroups. And now, very important, when you have this kind of extruded mesh, low poly and everything, don't ever use Dynamesh again on it. Use Dynamesh only for the beginning, for the main forms and stuff. And after you do the low poly, after you do extrusion and then zero mesher and everything, don't do Dynamesh. It will be a big mistake. You will have a mesh that you will not be able to control easily like we are controlling it here, because low polys are much easier to control than high polys. So that's a big tip, and hopefully you will remember. When we have this, we have it and it's cool. Don't Dynamesh it ever. So now I will control drag to disable the mask. Then I will go to the hand and just smooth around these areas here. Disable the mask again on it, on the arm itself, and smooth. So, and then I will go with my standard brush with Alt just to push this down. And also we can do it with 5, which is a high polish brush. The high polish brush, we're doing this, and we will do also this. We don't need these things anymore. We have them as a separate object, so we don't need them to be appearing in here. Even they are obstructing us from having a good looking hand or arm, for that matter. Yeah, probably you already understood that I am always, or kinda most of the times, say arm and I mean say a hand and I mean arm. But that's just the way I am. Okay, now you notice that I'm not using symmetry, and I don't particularly care about this now, because I can just, you know, Control Shift and then Alt. When we Control Shift drag, we see this, and I'm holding Control Shift, I'm dragging, and then we just press Alt, and you know, we can erase this, del hidden. Now we don't have the other arm, and we don't need it, you will see, because we will just do what? We'll see what we will do. But let's continue working on this. So now I would like to put one more, insert a polygroup here. You notice? Insert. It will be good to have one more row of polygons here. When we subdivide, it will be easier to make a detailing here, because we will have more geometry when we subdivide. Yeah, I'm just thinking about a lot of things. So inside, I'm noticing that this should be more inward. With the standard brush and Alt, I'm just pushing it. This is looking a little bit odd, so with the move brush, I will move it. And then we will do the same for this thing as we did for the elbow armor, which will be to press W, and now we are on pivot mode, then Control, click, and then we have masked, and then we press Q to get out of pivot mode, and then with the big move brush, we go ahead and just make sure that this is visible a bit. Not too much though, just a little bit visible. We can do it from here also, because all other things are masked, so it will be easier. Okay, here we don't need it because it's hidden, but I think it's cool. Control drag, and let's show everything else with the solo button. I use solo button all the time, but I said that, so it's cool. Let's press D. This is dynamic subdivision, of course, and we need crease. We go to crease, at 1, crease it, and then we go to dynamic subdivision on 4, for example, and we have a pretty good result. But we need to push it, so this kind of thing that is showing is kind of same all around. It will be more consistent. It's looking good. Now this, press D, then crease at 1 crease level. Okay, dynamically subdivide at 4 or 3 or 4. 4 is nice. It's nice. Then let's see this. And since this is not subdivided, this is not creased, we'll go ahead and crease it manually, just pressed here. And it's creased now. It's looking good, although we can put one more polygon probably here, but yeah, let's not get over ourselves. I think it's fine. Probably here we need to crease it more. Yes. Yeah, when the angle is bigger than 45 degrees, it's not getting creased. So we need the angle to be smaller than 45 to have the crease. Then I can move this inward exactly like this, and it's kind of looking good. Yeah, one hand at least is looking kind of good. Since this and this both are creased the same. We can merge them easily, and I haven't shown you how to merge things yet, but we have to do this also. Let me see. Okay, the problem here is, you see here is sharper, this angle, and here is almost non-existent, because this, the closest edge, is a bit far away in this direction, and also the same for this. So what we can do is, with move brush, we can move these things closer to the edge, and it will be fine. Of course, this could be done also with another interesting thing, ZModeler. Go to a point and then slide. We have to find slide, and then we just slide this point, and we will not crump the geometry. We will not make it you know, wrinkly, because it will slide along the edges and it will go exactly where we want it to be. Of course, this is slow. We can also slide pieces of edges too, but I wanted to show you how to slide points, and it's pretty easy. And for this one, we can slide the whole edge, or edge loop complete, or edge loop partial. Let's try edge loop complete, but we don't want the whole edge loop to slide, so we'll mask some area of the loop that we don't want to slide, and we will slide the rest like down. Not so much down. And then we can go to each point and slide it a bit. And we have a pretty good result, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit crimply, but it's nothing too much, so it's fine. And this thing here is pretty ugly, but it will probably not be that visible, so no, it will be, but it's not that big of an issue, I think, so it's cool. Let's go with our inflate brush, inflate this uniformly, and it's fine. So now I will apply subdivisions in order to make this kind of groove. Apply here, the button, apply, next to dynamic, apply, and now we have 5 subdivision levels. How to groove? We can use Orb Cracks brush. It's pretty good brush for the grooves, but if you don't have this brush, we can use down standard brush, which is 7 in our case here, and the down standard brush is good job. It's doing a good job. Then we increase the lazy radius. Lazy mouse should be on. We'll increase the lazy radius, excuse me, and we will just drag along, and we'll have this kind of interesting thing. It's not that interesting though, but it's a kind of detail which we don't want to miss. It's a good detail. People like this kind of detailing. Okay. And also we have to make the same here. So let's apply dynamic and try to make the same detail here. And I think we have succeeded pretty well. Let's solo it, because here it will be easier when we see where we're going. Maybe the top part we can do it too. Why not? Let's do it to the top part. Why only the bottom part? In the concept it's only the bottom part, but I don't think we should differentiate that much. Next we can go to lower subdivision with Shift D, and then with a big pinch brush we can pinch this a bit, so we have this kind of sharp result. It will be better preserved or better observed by the public, or better accepted by the public when it's a little bit sharper, since this is a stylized character, highly stylized or heavily stylized, if we can say. And this is starting to look, like I said already, pretty awesome. Now this thing, we can increase the Dynamesh levels on it, so this could be better looking. So now we are at 48, I think, yes. So we can go at, for example, 122, press polish, that's why it's there, 122, enter, and then Dynamesh. And now we have this. It's looking fine with the dump standard brush without lazy radius. We can just go ahead with Alt and just push it, pull this, push pull, stuff like this, and it's starting to look pretty awesome. I'm smoothing, and then I'm going clean with the dump standard brush to make this happen. Also smoothing here with Shift, and then with the dump standard brush just filling this. Now I'm always working with low subdivisions in the beginning in order to make the whole thing work, and after that, only after that, I'm moving to a higher subdivision, because otherwise the model tends to be to get crumbly or wrinkly or whatever, and it's not looking professional at all, so we don't want that. So use your low subdivisions in the beginning, use Dynamesh wisely, go step by step up, don't ever jump like a lot higher in the beginning with subdivisions, because you will get bad results, definitely. And now with the dump standard brush, I will deepen those grooves so they will be more pronounced, and also here for the thumb I will deepen this, and it's starting to look pretty good. It already has started, but still with the inflate brush we can go and make this even better looking. And then with the dump standard brush again here. The hands are pretty important. Don't get me wrong, the hands and the face are the most important things, but the face in our case is not that important since it's not visible, although maybe in the next or the video after that we can make some face just for fun, just to loosen up a bit and stuff before starting to poly paint and to do some other very serious activities. I'm joking, of course, they're not that serious because poly painting is mostly fun. But I think it's looking kind of good. If it's not, I'm sorry, but that's all I can do. Yeah, I was good before, now I'm not. So that's all I can do. Sorry about that. And continuing, I think it's looking pretty good, although this should be kind of armored, so let's try to make it look armored like this. This is an armor, this could be armor piece here, why not? Just making some, this could be something like this. I'm just trying some stuff, trying to look like an armor glove, and I don't know if I succeed or if I have succeeded, but at least I'm trying. I think it's good. So let's show it, everything, and it looks pretty awesome. I will smooth it a bit, and then I will mirror it to the other side. The hand, I will press X so we will have symmetry now. And then I will merge. Let's talk about the merge for a little bit. When this subtool and this subtool, we want to merge those two. These are this one and this one. We have to see if they have the same subdivision number, and they have it. So we go to the top subdivision, to the top subtool, and the other is on the bottom, and we go to merge down. So merge down is very much used when we want to lower our subdivision count to make less not subdivision, subtool count. So now I will merge them, merge down, and ZBrush will say this is undoable operation. This is not undoable. So are you sure? I'll say okay. And now ZBrush is saving the project file, but it's on. It's now one, as you can see, one subtool, and then it has all the subdivision levels because they were equal. If one of them was 4 subdivisions and the other 5, the resulting mesh will be 4 subdivisions. So the lower will apply. If one of them is 2 subdivisions and the other is 10, the resulting mesh will be 2 subdivisions only. But since they both are 5, it's just the best result we can get. So we can go down a little bit and we can end this video right about now because it's already time. I tend to make videos less. Let's mirror it. Mirrored it. It will be 500,000 polygons, ZBrush says, but I don't care that much because all my model now is 1.5 million polygons, which is very good since most of the things are just dynamically subdivided, not really subdivided. And how do you see your poly count? It's here, active and total points. Active is on this subtool that is active now, but you can just hover your mouse over this active subtool and you will see extract tree is the name, then polish points and stuff, total polygons and everything. So yeah, we have a pretty good result already. So see you in the next video. We'll see what we'll do there.